All right, THL. We're here. We're back on Saturday, May the 11th. It's May already. That means summertime's close. And for people going into university, it's almost done for them too. I am Saku. And welcome to Salty Saturday. Usually it's run by our good friend Wild Nine, but he's playing tonight, so. And I am joined by a good friend of mine and fellow caster of many moons ago, couple seasons, Geranium Battle. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. And yeah, May is not just the time of almost summer, but it's the time of almost playoffs for this season. And yeah, we're seeing some spice come out here. I am I'm excited for this King Togwaggle Demon Hunter that we're about to see.
Yeah, it should be interesting. We haven't had a Wild Series match on THL stream in such a long time. I had to. I know I mentioned it last week, but I had to get one on this one, and I think it's a good one. It's Cult versus Tom Carter. So Cult representing F2L Viridian, and Tom Carter bringing in the classic Marty Pliers logo, and being the captain of that team, trying to get a win for his group, but they're all in it to have fun.
Yes, and this is a mixture
Yeah,
of old strategies and new strategies from these wild players. Um, we have some of the more recently nerfed, as I mentioned, Quest DH with the Gaslight Gatekeeper being nerfed. Uh, Both of them are still bringing Mage, despite the fact that the Mage Quest was nerfed so far into the ground that neither player is running it. But don't worry, they still have turn skips via Ice Block.
okay, okay.
Uh, and and yeah, we've got uh, sort of a beast death rattle hunter that I believe is trying to trying to scam out zero cost copies of Princess Huhuran, which is a card that I'm gonna have to explain when it comes up.
Hoo hoo Ron, eh? Okay, okay. All right, I'm with it.
Yep, and even the extremely old strategy of hey, it's Inner Fire Priest.
Okay, that part I've seen, so we're good.
Yeah.
Both players are pretty much they got the bans in as you have mentioned, which was the Hero Mage both banned for both players. So can let the players know they can start if you're ready to go.
Yes, yeah. Whenever they are ready.
Okay. We're going to see Tom Carter at the bottom of the screen, or first to spectate for our casters, and Cult will be at the top. Just make sure the players are ready.
I said I was ready, and then I forgot to open BattleNet, so I'll be ready. I'll be in the game in just a second.
That's quite okay. There, see ya. All right, let's see if we can find some eyeballs from Cult. Or sorry, Tom. Tom Carter currently sitting at 14 out of the Wild Legend ladder, sorry.
Ooh.
And where is Cult?
That's what I expected you to say for Cult. He's usually very high on the wild ladder.
So we're just waiting for Cult to kind of jump in. I don't see them right away yet. Strangely enough.
Well,
This gives
it
us
looks
some.
like
Go ahead.
back in December of last year, Cult was top 10 in Wild Legend. So
Okay.
Got two heavy hitters.
While we're waiting, we do have another match that's lined up. It is a legacy match featuring the person that normally hosts this Salty Saturday is Wild Nine going up against Dankus Dad. So
Yeah, the person that normally casts with you on Fridays.
yeah, exactly. So Dankus Dad representing his team at Fruit Basket, and we got Wild Nine being the captain of Defias. So two big swingers.
Yes, definitely get excited for that match because if you know anything about Dankus, he will bring whatever it takes to be favored in the matchup, and it is usually not something people are ready for. I
Agreed.
don't even know if I'm ready for it.
Agreed. He's usually very forward thinking and loves to throw a little bit of curveball in there. So
Yes, I'm sure we'll talk about that closer to that match, but for right now, we've got a wild match ahead of us. So
yeah, exactly. So still waiting for, I don't know. Do you have Cult?
nope, I'm going to add them right now.
Okay.
You know, I really just never should have said that I was ready, but I will be ready in just a second. So
All right. Tom is currently moving up the ladder right now, so he's ranked 12.
still okay.
See if Cult added me or not. Just gotta look at the friend wicket. Nope, he didn't. Okay, so
I've got Cole.
there he is. Okay. Okay, so should see them match up pretty quickly here. Sorry for the delay. Okay, preparing to battle, friend. How has been your time off? I don't know how much Hearthstone you've been playing recently, but
Woof. Well, I have decided that my time playing Hearthstone is not going to be attempting to really ladder or anything like that. So I play casual and arena now,
okay.
and when I play casual, I play Highlander Druid.
Very good.
For my daughter.
Okay, looks like they are
They are
getting in.
And
Okay, the lead here, I may know what these decks basically functionally do, but I do not quite know the wild metagame at this moment.
nor do
So
nor do I. So we're both in the same boat. So we're just gonna ham it, figure it out as we go along. So while I try and fix the upper.
it does look like it is the Innerfire Priest versus the Ramp Druid.
Yep.
In this case, the end game for this Ramp Druid is a lot of things. It looks
Get a bunch of twos in hand.
so it's going to be some sort of combo with Aviana. Aviana making all of the minions cost 1, and after that, I'm still scrolling this. Maybe it just doesn't have a win condition. You know, it might just not have a win condition.
Well, we know druids can go pretty fast to get their mana climbing up.
That one was a nuisance.
Let's see.
Yep. And this is a disgusting hand for this druid. All they need is to draw into one of those spells that summon a bunch of rush minions, and then this Floop's Glorious Gloop will come in and
Be with you.
both clear the board and also give them essentially infinite
Light
mana.
Be with you.
Okay.
However, Cult is trying to end the game before they even have a chance to get to that sort of turn. As we can see with, well, I mean, this minion can't attack yet, but
Nope. But it's discounting the crap out of the hand, so it just keeps going. Does he have enough time?
oh, I'm sure they have enough time. Yeah, so right now this druid is going to have to Reno this board basically immediately, which, you know, they don't mind.
No time.
Grave Horror coming down.
Is he playing all Grave Horse? Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, does have the Handmaiden for refill, but yeah, with the Reno in hand, that is quite a blowout. And already seeing the Reno being dragged.
Yep. That's like, thanks, bud.
It's against me.
Okay.
This heal.
This Nomelia is actually going to clean up this Grave Horror as well. It's yeah, pretty disgusting lineup here for Tom, and all of the steam that Cult had is quickly dissipated.
Yeah.
Flipper Friends is that spell I was talking about, the spell that you can get with Floop's Glorious Loop to get basically infinite mana.
Here comes Floop. Glorious Gloop.
No, not going to come
No.
out yet.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, great draws.
Yeah. Yeah, for both sides, huh? Amazing.
Amazing.
All right.
Okay, but the unfortunate thing is Cult now has to find another, yeah, not finding a copy of the
Light be with you.
either Divine Spirit nor a Bless for the Inner Fire effect is going to make it so that he only has, I think, one more big minion, and if this is cleared, which it is going to get cleared by the Nomelia if Tom wants, then it's kind of game over.
Man.
Wow, yeah, that's another fantastic draw. The Scale of Onyxia.
Okay.
Okay, going for Floops now is going to be able to basically have all these spells be free.
It's making me smile right now just listening to the sounds that used to be. I'm sure it's not very fun for Cult right now watching this.
It's a yellow card. Reno's yellow. Play it. You should play the yellow card. Oh, I don't think you're gonna play it.
No. No Reno. So is that the Reno that actually heals you back up to... Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the Reno that heals you for 0 at this point.
Just flexing, you can throw it down if you like. It was yellow, so I threw it down. Fruit. Theotar.
Okay, and Poison Seeds, another fantastic draw. Well, yeah, definitely you need the Wild Growth. I think Wild Growth is great here. Yeah, of course. Needs the mana.
It's only 13. Bleh. Soul Mirror? 10-10?
Like Shadow Word Steel, I guess.
Ooh.
Yeah, for just some ability to do something after this Aeonar comes down.
Okay.
Okay, still in the deck for Cult here is, I think, one Handmaiden is maybe the only minion that's left. So
Vacuum clean some health. Astalor. There you are.
remember there's one more Grave Horror. Okay. Yeah, Astalor is pretty good after or with Libidinous Flute. That allows you to even without a brand effect still get 2 sets of 14 damage.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
And he's going to steal what?
Bad manners.
Okay, probably the Shadow Word Steel. Giving Forbidden Fruit, yeah, likely. Oh, Bless, okay. Making it so that... Just trying to make it so they have no win condition anymore, because that is the last Inner Fire effect.
And that is it. So we got Tom Carter kicking in with first win. This is Wildest Conquest for those that didn't know. Conquest format. Means Tom Carter can't use Druid anymore. Or any less.
And I'm sure Cult is happy about that. So that means that Tom is down to either that Princess Uhurin Death Rattle Hunter or a very fast Pirate Rogue.
Cyrilla!
For the light. For my
Here
daughter.
we go.
I'll leave no trace of this.
Okay, well, we'll see how quickly this Grave Horror can come down. Does need to, full mulligan into hopefully a spell reducer. But yeah, I think Grave Horror is probably going to be the way that Cult stops Tom Carter from just killing him.
Gotcha.
Would be important if it looks like the only direct damage spell that Tom is running is Garrote.
Garrote Rogue. Yep.
Not quite Garrote Rogue,
Yeah.
but if you...
What the?
Saku, do you remember Street Trickster?
Nope.
Ah, yes, Street Trickster, the 3 mana 0/7 that gives you +1 spell damage. They buffed it to +2 spell damage, and now it works with Garrote how you'd want it.
Okay.
Fabrics fit for Her Majesty.
All right.
Still no spell reduction from Cult. Gonna make this early game a bit harder.
Yep. That is ripped immediately. Fillet fighter or fillet fighter.
Okay, maybe going to see coin into the prize plunderer.
Fish bite.
Pirates away!
Okay. Patches. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, I think Dig for Treasure was really a fair card that they printed for Pirate Rogue.
For treasure transport.
0 mana draw a card. Oh, not actually killing the 3/2 at all. And, yeah, to be fair, as long as you're shadow stepping back your toy boat, there is no danger.
Toy boat's going back in the hand.
Yikes. Yeah, that is this is almost all she wrote here. Because Cult can, of course, buff this, but yeah, maybe should have saved it for the following turn to be able to play 2 of them at the same time. Unless can chain, no. Sunwell will not be playable. And unfortunately, I mean, the Serenity looks great right now, but it just doesn't feel like it does that much, especially when so much of the damage is going to be going face.
Yep.
When so many of these minions are going to be 3 attack.
For treasure transport.
Never bring a sword to a fish bite.
And when you're about to take, well, let's see, 24 from Garrote's.
Okay. Yeah, quick pick's good. Tricksters. Street tricksters, as you mentioned earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Short on time.
Rise, me hearties!
Don't miss that sound. It always upset me that they had found enough time for everything to come back into their hand and they were able to play it. So
Yep. Oh, Anduin's Gift. It's great.
Yep.
So is Shadow Devour. Shadow Devour actually is going to,
clean.
well, not quite clean up the whole board, but make this minion practically unkillable.
What did they pick?
It wants to play both Grave Horrors, so goes for the Powered Shield.
Light be with you.
Okay, and wants to play everything, actually.
Gotta go fast.
Stop! Playtime! Stop! Playtime!
No time.
I heard you like Grave Horrors, so we made 4 of them for you.
Well, that's nice. I didn't order them, but I'll take it.
Stop! Playtime!
Is there a vanish that's still?
No Vanish, and actually, wow, I thought the Street Trickster would just come off the top there for the win, but it looks like Tom is in a tough spot here.
No treasure! 6 feet under!
Yeah, looking at some 16, 25. Is that right?
Can use coin along with the prize plunderer in order to get just a little bit more draw and find that Street Trickster, because
What
Street
shall
Trickster
I do?
plus Prep Garrote would, I believe, do enough damage.
Rise, me hearties!
Along with, I think this ordering does not quite work out though.
Short on time.
Okay. So you got to sacrifice.
It was the last card. Oh man. Okay. But with no coin, oh man. Wait, oh, you do it. Oh, because you drew the other prep. Never mind. This is up. This is enough. It's lethal.
Does he get enough time?
It looks like it's all coming out.
Tune in next time.
Give me that!
Smoking up.
Tune in right now.
Okay.
Wow.
Just in time.
Tom, with the great knowledge of his own deck, brings it to game 3 up 2-0.
2-0. Rogue. Doing things. Now, last one up is Hunter. I have no idea what cult is going to bring to combat Hunter, but we'll see in a second.
Yeah, we might see this priest a third time, honestly. Okay, so
Anduin!
3 times a priest.
Light shall bring victory.
This
so
isn't my
the
first rodeo.
idea with this hunter is that the egg, the mystery egg, that gets you a copy of a random beast in your deck that costs 5 less. Both Mok'Nathal Lion and Princess Huhuran
I see you've brought game.
are the only beasts in your deck,
Okay.
and then both of them re-trigger the Death Rattled mystery egg.
Where's my hoo-hoo run? I want to see that.
So as long as you fill your board with Princess Huhuran, then hopefully you win from there, I guess.
It's taking me back to Finding Nemo and when they're the chant.
Oh wow, okay, and that ETC is actually the perfect draw as well because you need the Tundra Rhino that's in the sideboard in order to give everything charge.
And Cult is still trying to collect.
We might see a win from Tom Carter here on turn 6 unless Cult can speed things up a little bit, find the Bless, find the Divine Spirit.
Yep. Bless is there. But
Jeez, man. Tom finding every single piece of the combo in, well, I mean, this is the top 7 cards of a 40 card deck.
yeah, that's the way it's supposed to work, isn't it? Law of averages. Fat top loads your stuff, you're good. Everything. What do you pick
Everything
here?
always as it should be.
Quickly.
Yeah, yeah. Because it is Hearthstone. Power chord.
Killing the Mystery Egg, that's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, this unfortunately allows Tom to now fill the board and kill the Irradiant Elemental.
What does he hope to pull out here with the Dirty Rat?
The other Radiant Elemental.
Grave Horror instead. My goodness.
This is fairly lucky because no Princess Huhuran being pulled here. It's a 50-50 every single time you see this Mok'Nathal Lion.
This makes me laugh. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at how just the craziness of how wild, how fast things are going to, how the players are adapting so quickly.
You're right. It is wild.
Seriously. And who's up next? Wild 9. Will he go wild?
Ooh. I will say this is a pretty dank match. Oh man, that hurt to say.
We saved that one up.
Okay, we'll be playing quite a few Grave Horrors.
Her Majesty.
Vince Gift.
Wow, Funnel Cake top deck is insane.
Yep.
But as we saw, unless a Mok'Nathal Lion comes off the top of Tom Carter's deck, I think this board is just going to get cleared.
Her Majesty.
Back
Wow.
in cleaner time. Twice.
Okay, that was important. Now there's no Mystery Egg on the board.
Ooh, Ron. There you go. So what's Tom calculating here? Because I see him highlighting all the
Do.
Oh.
minions on the board. So
Tom's trying to figure out how he can kill at least one of these 7/14s to not die. Might just have to go with the Certainly Sea Guide. Meatwagon pulls the Mystery Egg from deck.
The living drop all kinds of things.
nesting golem.
Now,
Okay,
Popsicle
looks like
it is.
this is Cult's opening. They have a 7/13, so they can get up to a cool, well, at least 28 fairly easily, but with both Divine Spirits, that would be lethal.
Oh,
And that's the end of the chain. That's very unfortunate.
All in time.
Okay. With that, I think that is going to be the end of this board because, as we just saw, there still is a Mok'Nathal Lion in the deck. This is going to get the Mystery Egg, and then Feign Death here is going to start giving copies again. Might want to go with a Devouring Swarm as well. Not a terrible plan, but
Just means.
Remember, this is a 50-50. This is a 50-50 every time they pull Mok'Nathal Lion, and it's every time.
How many 50-50s do you get till you get to 100? 2.
If Tom loses 4 of these 50-50s, then the board will be filled with Princess Huhuran, and then they have to use the Devouring Swarm.
Nope. Here comes a devouring.
It never ends.
Maybe it does. It does today. Okay. What do you do now? You got 4 million across the board from you?
Okay, that is the last Mystery Egg, but yeah, facing down 30 from Princess Huhuran.
Yoo-hoo, run, run, run. Yoo-hoo, run.
Huhuran, Mexico. Man, I mean, Cult can stay alive by stacking both 2/3s into the 0/3 and killing one Huhuran, but that is not really a way to live.
No. Calculating it?
Oh. Okay.
That's it?
And that's the match. Well, I mean, it truly is wild.
Wild indeed. Okay. Lickety split. Tom Carter gets some points for his team. See if Tom can join us. All right, so he's able to join us, so
Okay.
get him up in here. And there's Tom Carter. Congrats, Tom Carter.
Thank you.
You made it.
I made it, yes. Fortunately, not everyone else on my team, but I had to avenge them, you know?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, avenge them you did. How man, this it seemed like the 40 card decks this time really drew just extremely perfectly while the Pirate Rogue had to struggle for its draws. How did the draws feel for you?
Oh, when I saw the opener as the priest, I knew I had made it. Because the deck that I knew that I had a guaranteed win against their lineup was the Egg Hunter, because it eats anything that has giants in it.
Mhm.
So the DH I thought was not going to be a struggle. The priest was not going to be a struggle. So I started with what I thought was my slowest deck, and when I saw that I had the Razor Scale, too much ramp, um, yeah, there was no coming back from there.
Yeah, and then Reno for the for the one board that did end up showing up.
Right, and as you saw, I had even more removal. I had the seeds. I was fishing for. Um, I actually thought about taking Alexstrasza, the Lifebinder from ETC, just to deal with one of the Flesh Giants. Yeah.
Yeah, was this were these decks really of your creation? I know you're really hitting ladder right now.
Not all of them. The Rhino Druid has some inspiration from OTC, but it is one of my most praised decks. The Egg Hunter, it is 100% my creation. Which is the one that I used to hit rank 1 just, I think, a week
Wow.
ago. And the Garrow Rogue is the average list. I believe it has just a couple cards different than what KBLT have. I don't run Celiacs. I have 2 more pirates and a way lower curve. I actually didn't know that deck is so very difficult to maneuver sometimes, and I've been playing so much of Egg Hunter and nothing else.
Mhm.
I haven't played that much standard that I looked at it and I was like, what do I do here? Do I have lethal? Do I need to plant things? And what I was looking for actually was just to get as many shadow steps as possible and plant the things. And suddenly I'm like, oh, wait, that's lethal. Why do I still have 5 mana? I play like 11 cards. Wait. And I didn't see it coming. That deck is on another level.
It went fast in the past. It still goes fast. So
But I was so bad at it. I could never play the original road in standard, and when it came to wild, I was also really bad at it. So I just managed to do it now that we have the boat. It is more linear. I like it, and it makes a funny sound when you play it. So that's on what I like on a deck.
that's what we want out of the game. Is just funny sounds. Come on now.
Yep.
Hey,
you
there is
shadow
a reason
step.
I don't play any other games. This one looks, funny.
Yes.
The other ones try to be dark and heavy, and this one you have a boat.
Some humor.
Dragons
Some
and a bathtub.
exactly.
Yeah,
Some fun sounds.
I love it. I love it.
Well, I don't know if you're like the inspiration for the Hunter deck, since you said that's your own creation. I was somewhat struggling to see the steps. I've seen a much worse version of this combo in a different wild video. What sort of inspired you to come back to Princess Huhuran and Moknathal Lion of all things?
Um, nothing really in particular. What happened was I was doing my climb in wild, bronze 9, bronze 10, and I saw someone playing the deck, and they didn't beat me. But I was like, huh, that looks funny to me, and I started refining it really, really thoroughly. Um, and yeah, the version that you most probably saw is 30 cards, main deck Rhino, um, which I think is a horrible idea, and I actually have a breakdown that I did with Shmupirari streaming, not right now, on why those 40 cards, and I also spoke with one of your colleagues, NHL, Hyperion, who's on my team, helped me with the deck, and within 5 days, I had amassed at least 400 games with Geg. Um, I refined the deck completely, reinvented the what looked like a tier 3, tier 4 deck into a tier 1.
Wow. Yeah, that was the Born to Be Wild podcast, I believe that Shmoopy Daddy's on a couple days ago, and you were saying NHL, like Marty, the Marty Buyers.
Yeah, that Marty.
Your inspiration, your muse.
No, he said that card is bad, and I was like, maybe you're right. The one that actually helped me a lot was Zack Hyperion. He's the reason the deck shows up in HS Replay for the first week, because no one else was playing it, and HS Replay requires you to have two players at least play the deck, and
Okay.
all the data was just me, so it was not really a thing.
Okay, coming to a wild meta near you. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Of course. Bye
Well-
bye.
Take care, Tom.
You as well.
All right. Well, that finishes off our wild section. Now.
Some time to kill.
Well, no. The Dankest Dad is and Wild 9 are ready to go too. So
Yeah.
So I just got to get the graphics cleaned up here a little bit. But want to thank Colt and Tom Carter for joining and being on stream. I always appreciate the players just volunteering their time and providing some content for the THL.
Yeah, exciting content it was too. Not very often we get wild players, so I'm glad to have gotten some wild games up on stream. But yes, as we said, we're going to switch over to the Legacy series. So this is closed decklist conquest now, and closed it definitely is, because I have almost no idea what Dankest is planning to bring.
So, who banned what here? Yeah, so get bans in. So, what do you think Dankest banned? We'll start there first.
So I think that Danks is probably going to go for more of a controlling line, which means that I think that he's going to ban the hand buff Paladin from Wild 9, since that also maybe keeps things discreet, makes it so that it's hard to see from Wild 9's perspective, but he could target the Warlock. And then from Wild 9's side, Wild 9 has the DH and the Warlock. And the Priest, which all do fairly fine into Warrior. So I think it's going to be a Paladin ban from the other side as well.
Okay. So, Dankest Dad banned Wild 9's Priest. So,
Interesting.
and Wild 9 did what you thought was banning Paladin. Just want to do a quick ping for Skylake that was supposed to join us. Well,
very interesting. So the DH still being up for Wild 9. I'm not ruling it out that Dankest Dad might be bringing somewhat of a Mole Star strategy from the previous Masters Tour of targeting DH. Could still be happening with that with a controlling shaman, with a controlling warrior, and well, in this case, maybe a controlling priest. But with that priest ban, it's a little bit more iffy to me on what Dankest is exactly doing.
there's Skylake. How are you?
Hello.
Yeah, the wild match ended early. I forgot to ping you as the interview was going on, so welcome to the stream.
I'm just loading up my Hearthstone client now so I can spectate, and then good to go.
Cool. Do have the bans in if you didn't we got Dankest banning Priest and Wild 9 banning Paladin. So Dankest is rolling with a Priest, Shaman, and Warrior, with Wild 9 going with DH, Paladin, and Warlock.
All right, yeah. No, none of the same classes. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that is strangely true.
And no crazy warrior antics. So,
well, maybe the most flexible class here is that Warlock. Skylake, you've definitely played more Hearthstone recently than I have. What do you think that Warlock might be?
Oh, my guess would be is Insanity Warlock. It does
Ooh.
pretty well into the warrior and probably the shaman. So like if I were pairing decks, I would bring my good old Insanity Warlock. I definitely like it better than Sludge or like I definitely like it better than Sludge or Mining Warlock or Pain Warlock. None of those last two are not super common these days because Insanity has basically choked them out. So
Well, it's also that I think Mining Warlock was relying on that bug for Alex Straza that is
True.
now no longer in the game. So
yes.
yeah, it is now truly other
All right,
Warlock.
I am ready to go.
All right, and so are the players. So first to spectate is going to be Wild Nine, so it'll be at the bottom of the screen for our viewers.
Yep.
Dankest Dad at the top. So I know Skylake, your individual to follow.
Yep, and I'll be following Dankest Dad.
Dankest, okay.
So,
I see.
all right, they've begun.
They have. So let's get going here.
Illidan, this thrall.
Shaman into DH. I believe this is probably going to be a win for the Shaman. There's plenty of removal. If it's a Reno Shaman, it looks like it is a Reno Shaman. Oh, very defensive. And it looks like it's got a Forge package. So my guess is there'll be a Cyclopean Crusher in here, and I guess he throws away everything.
Calamos and Dankestad's list is very interesting. Very Dankestad type of card. Meanwhile, on the other side, we are seeing the Nagas, the sharpshooter variant of DH. So maybe a counter to this defensive package is going to try and OTK the Shaman.
This looks like a like the. I do wonder what elemental package he's gonna be running to get the Kalos powered up. So we shall see about that. He decides to keep Dirty Rat, which makes sense. Oh yeah, I see Naga on for Wild 9. All right. Makes sense.
Yep. And wow,
What about
that's a
ETC?
great draw. We'll certainly see that in a moment. The Golganeth draw is really good, though.
Yeah.
Able to heal and board clear.
Absolutely. It will come a turn too late for Umpire's Grasp.
I don't know if Umpire's Grasp is
That's not what he wanted to do. That's not good.
Huh.
That did not work out for him.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be the 2/2s coming out right now. I mean, Wildline could search for a Death Rattle minion for some extra tempo, but
Yeah, I think that the 2/2s make the most sense here, and especially since I have view of Dad, he does not have any clears, so he'll be in big trouble.
yes, and yeah, a lot of damage is going to be
Death Rattle
pushed here in
minion.
the early game.
Look
Okay.
at that.
Therazane is a very funny choice, but not being picked here. We'll
Yeah,
be
that
going
makes
with-
sense. Well, I don't know if he's got any elementals, but it's definitely a big body. Okay, there's the beetle. Makes more sense. Yep.
It's a very interesting
clearing the
choice. Wild9 can go in pretty hard by playing the snake oil and then using or even trading the snake oil and going with Parched Desperado, but is choosing to hold back.
Yeah, there's the Desperado. Okay.
Interesting.
And
Using
I
the
can
minion to trade instead
do
of
some
going with
damage.
face. Okay.
Okay, we have our Finley from Dad, but there's no excavates in the hand, so he decides to play it bare. Just put a body on the board.
Yep. Umpire's Grasp is not long to follow, is my guess.
That makes sense. The annoying part is I don't know how he gets how he removes the Argus.
Oh, he's not removing an Argus until at least turn 5 with a 20 damage from Golganeth, which
Point the Golganath, I guess.
I think he probably has to go for the board clear instead.
Oh,
wait,
okay.
actually, that's a great top deck.
No, overloads for the Altered Core just drawn, so you got to go for the ECC, so we can see what's in there. Celestial Possession, Armor Vendor, and Dirty Rat. Well, that's not very good for this,
Okay.
but I guess. Wow, a momentum. Yeah, just piling on the damage. That makes sense.
Yep, I mean, it is lethal, so.
Oh, it is. I didn't even see that. Wow. Goodbye.
Following our wild theme, Wild 9 wins.
Wild 9 takes that game. Words to wise, don't play Dirty Rat on 2. Not a good idea.
Well, versus
Doesn't
the
that
aggressive deck, yeah.
Well, I mean, if he hadn't played the Dirty Rat on 2, he couldn't have done a lot of the stuff he had done, I think. Like, he didn't get the extra bodies really screwed that up.
Yes. Okay, well, now Wild9 gets a little bit of info on Dankest's Shaman, although it doesn't see the cards we got to see.
Nope.
Yeah,
And,
there weren't many cards played, so...
And that means that Wild9 is going to bring either the Priest or the Warlock to this next game. I think seeing such a defensive Shaman, Warlock is a pretty easy choice to get through.
Are you
Yes, I have played on both sides of the Shaman versus Warlock. Oh, it's,
Priest got banned. That is my
yeah,
mistake,
Paladin
yes.
and Shaman. Okay.
Does look like it's the hand buff Paladin.
Okay.
It does look like it's the Reno from Reno Shaman in the other hand, though. So just up to Dankest to not
Dankest
play
decides to
dirty.
throw everything away, by the way, so including the Reno. Probably looking
Okay.
for a better curve. He had Lightning Bolt in the hand, which doesn't do super well in the hand of Paladin because it has damage ceiling. So I think the big thing to look for here is X and Thrall's Gift if you got it, and Lightning Reflexes. You can just polymorph those big bodies into little froggies.
Yes.
Oh,
pretty
much
good curve.
better. Look at all of those cheap cards. That's way better.
Oh my god, the
So-
Painter's Virtue top deck is so disgusting from Wild9.
Oh wow, yeah. So actually, I like
Okay.
Instrument Tech in there too. Like if you draw Instrument Tech instead, that's good. And Dad gets a Dr. Holiday in the hand, so that's really good for turn 4 with coin. A nice
Yes.
5/3 body.
Oh my god, and Leroy Jenkins is getting buffed by all of this.
Not what he wanted to see. Lowrider is active, which is my guess. Okay. Yep.
Hmm.
And
Making Soda
I
Volcano
guess
is
we go
very
for peeking straight down, just so you can, yeah, because you want to get that excavate reward powered up as soon as you can, so you can, so if you draw Finley, you can easily transform everything into Murlocs. So, getting the excavate in the hand makes complete sense to me.
Okay, and yep.
And this will
now,
actually give Dad a opening to get frogs going, so that's really good. Taunts are really, really good into this, though if he's running drone to construction, he could be running Wild9 could be running the World 8 version of Handbuff Paladin, which runs Keeper Strength, so that could just completely clear out a whole board of taunts. So you gotta be really careful about that.
yes, and even with a board of taunts, I do believe we saw the Charger, the 1 mana 2/1 that charges if you have a weapon as well, so that can get through some of the taunts to allow a big minion to go through.
Yeah, and there's a lot of rush minions in here. And if you don't run Keeper Strength, you definitely run Amelia, so you have to be like really thinking about that. And a big Living Horizon 8/10 on the board, and no foolproof way to clear it out. Oh, never mind. Digging straight down is good. That's why you have it.
Yes. And going to supplant the board with yet another taunt, but the taunts
More
aren't
froggy.
quite big enough to get past this weapon.
Oh So he's got
Oh
one
my
more
God.
Flynn with the Virtue and plenty of minions in the hand to buff. So, this could still be a tough fight.
Yeah, and this Sparkbot, I mean, the Sparkbot might just come out here just because Stealth is basically charge without
Yeah.
a transform effect on the
Got
other
no
side.
AoE. Yep, there's a 6/6 stealth Sparkbot on the board. Oh.
Okay, this is the elemental synergy we see.
Yep. Okay. I have seen a deck like this. I think it also this is actually why the deck will also run Marut, so that you can get some extra elementals for your Kalamos turn. So this makes sense.
Yes. My one question is it just Kalamos, or is there possibly going to be a the
No
guy that
Scar.
deals damage to all? Yeah, the Scar.
Yeah, no Scar because there's not enough elementals to play multiple in a
Oh.
row.
We
But-
don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. This is Dankus' deck.
That is true. That is true. So, gonna try and clear out this big living horizon, taking a lot of resources to do it. But he does manage to clear it out. Still a Sparkbot on the board. We do have a frog. We have a taunt, so that's at least something. And Wild 9 is down to 11 health, so this actually might be able to work out if Dad can
Yes,
keep the pressure going.
Yes, if nothing gets removed here, it is going to be lethal on the side of Dankestad, but Wild 9 able to clear the 3/3, of course. Probably going, I mean, might just put out the Ziliax for 2 more bodies. Would have been nice to have the to have the Sparkbot along with one of the Ziliaxes, but yeah, going to have to settle and hope to maybe find a better early game start next game. I don't know if we can weather this.
Interestingly, there was no like card draw on a Wild 9 side, so
Oh,
okay.
this is interesting.
That will not do all the work that he needs to do, but it will keep him from dying.
Leroy to trade. Lee Rush.
I'm seeing 6 damage for Dankestad. That's not enough. That's less than 11.
Created a temporal anomaly.
Yes, but doesn't need to fully kill on this turn. Just controlling is good enough, and that is exactly what Dankest is good at.
I don't think that the High Host Overwing should be killed. Like, don't damage a High Host Silverwing like that. Like, if I'm Dankestad, I want Wild 9 to kill his own Silverwing so that he has one less body on the board. So he has to put something else on the board when the Silverwing draws Keeper's Strength to clear the board. Like, don't damage the Silverwing, I think. Unless you really have to.
You're gonna love the way you look.
Interesting. Okay. Sure. Yeah, and then of course getting the big taunt out is going to be great.
Big Taunt comes down, and oh, it's actually not too big. It's only a 3/7, so base stats. No hand buff at all. Oh wow, Walking Mountain.
Okay, and
Pretty
I mean,
threatening.
it is going to lead into the Reno, of course, but getting a double on the attack makes it
I
so.
think getting the doubling at the attack. Yeah, it's only a 8/6. That's not too dangerous, I think. Though there is
This
18 damage on the board, so that isn't not too inconceivable that you can get like a deckhand down, but no weapon, so no charge. So I think that is reasonably safe here. Yep.
Yep, there's the Keeper's Strength, which will allow Wild 9 to clear the board, but then get Reno'd and pretty much immediately lose the game.
Reno. Oh yeah, Reno would
Because Reno is
would,
going to
win
also
because he
set
only
up
has one
a
minion up.
6/6 taunt and a 7/7 taunt, and Wild 9 won't be able to sort of stop it. Making the 1/1 into a 1/1, this is huge.
Only 2 cards left. Ouch. I think that you wanted to save that little toy captain for the frog, right?
Yeah. I mean, Wild9 was just trying to go for tempo to have a minion to put the outfit tailor on,
Oh,
but yeah, this is gonna be all she wrote.
Yep. Well, that is sad. Yankees dad ties it up 1-1, so that's really good. And can no longer use the shaman, which we did not get to see pull off the finisher, which is kind of sad.
Hey, let's see if the Reno theme keeps on going for Dankestad in these next couple games. As it stands, the hand buff Paladin should have been very favored in that matchup. So I don't know if Dankest is going to sort of keep finding different ways to circumvent it, or whether he has a different strategy of dealing with hand buff altogether.
That is true. I didn't believe in the shaman of defeating the hand buff paladin, but I was
Mine is the
proven wrong. Oh, priest into warlock. This is usually a good game for the priest because the warlock doesn't have enough board clear to take out the drifters if drifters come down early enough. Like
Yes.
Needs to build up the fatigue clock, and that usually is only available around turn 3 and 4. So that's a lot of turns for the priest to actually get something done. Pretty scary.
Yes, and it is the Insanity Lock, as you were speaking to before. The Thornveil Tentacle is a telltale sign of that.
Yep.
I don't know. It could be any type of priest with that Zarimi in hand. It could be anything coming out for that priest side.
Could be, but it's probably Zarimi.
Okay, yeah.
Could be anything though. I mean, who knows? A control priest might just run Zarimi for fun. It could just be like fun, like dirty rat bait or something.
So far, we haven't seen duplicates of any cards. It really could
Oh.
be Highlander Priest.
Okay, that is
Okay,
true. This does look like a possible Highlander hand right here. They're all different cards.
Wow.
Oh
Crescendo
no,
is
it's not a
amazing
Highlander. Oh.
What? No.
Starting
Okay.
the operation.
Well, the crescendos are definitely going to be welcome early for Wild9. I wonder if he's also running something like Defile.
Yeah, Wild9 probably doesn't want to play the crescendos too early, because fatigue clock's not built up, and so yep, life tapping on 2 makes complete sense. Nothing's too threatening yet, and this board is actually pretty defileable as well, so no one's too worried yet.
Yes, although, wow, the Thirsty Drifter is really going to come down on turn 3.
Yeah, Thirsty Drifter on turn 3, and not enjoyable. So, Wild9 does play the Encroaching Insanity on 3, as predicted. But we don't know how he's going to clear out the big 4 that's going to come up here. And he decides to play the Whelp Wrangler, which makes complete sense, just because his hand would be completely empty otherwise.
Yes.
So, that makes sense.
I think
This board is already
maybe
pretty threatening
Ziliax.
enough. You don't need to make it more threatening.
Yes. Yeah, could go for the Crescendo. Is not going to clear off the whole board though, so yeah, Ziliax makes a lot of sense. Maybe killing this 2-4. I haven't seen any overheal effects, so
Yeah, just clears out the Whelp Wrangler with the Ziliax. No taunts. Maybe he should have played the Thirsty Drifter on that turn instead. I don't know.
yes.
So obviously this is a replica turn. And there is the Gift Wrap Whelp and Clay Matriarch. You can just play that right here.
And Dankest is going to probably go fully onto this board, and then we're probably going to see Crescendo right back.
Oh no. Trading in to get some card drop with the Snake Oil makes complete sense.
Yes. Yeah, Wild9 back up at full. I mean, Wild9 could honestly just take a turn off, play possibly the Elementium Geode, possibly play the Furnace Fuel. Doesn't need to commit to Crescendoing yet, but
That is true. Only, I think, a 12 damage on the board, so that's not too scary. He has to be concerned that Zarimi might be in the hand, but it's not too likely.
yeah, and Zarimi honestly doesn't even have enough dragons yet for a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's at 3 dragons so far.
I'm minorly interested in honestly going for a fracking to try and find another fatigue card. Yes, there is the danger that you find the lasting crouching insanity, which would be very sad, but being able to buff up this crescendo is very powerful.
Yes, definitely need to think about how you're going to clear these boards off. Oh, there's the other scale replica.
Okay, I mean, there are now
Now-
enough dragons.
Now
but-
the Zarimi's in the hand, so and everyone knows it.
6 left.
Should be able to play 2 dragons this turn.
So the
I think I would have
Zarimi,
played Ship's Kyurgeon there, and then give Repwell to try and buff the Zarimi.
yes, although I mean, buffing the ship's Chirurgeon is not that bad of a prospect because, of course, it is so powerful at stopping the Warlock from clearing your board. Oh,
That
that's
is
such a
true.
bad draw. I mean, it's a good draw in that you're buffing up your fatigue cards, but also it's a terrible draw in that you can no longer duplicate it with your sketch artist.
Yes, but this sketch artist is mainly for OTKing, and we don't need to OTK here. We just need to live long enough to clear the board like twice, and it should be fine. So I wouldn't be too set on the sketch artist bit. Though it does make tutoring out the insanity a little harder, but I don't think that he wants to be tutoring out the insanity right now. Doesn't have
Yes.
any ARP or anything to prevent the damage, and he's at 16, so he's got to be a little worried.
I mean, it could be a weapon into encroaching insanity into crescendo type turn to basically kill off the whole board. But yeah, I mean, I'm just a little bit worried about us finding the final damage to push through because we do need to end this game before the priest sort of has their big Zarimi turn.
So this makes complete sense. Dealing 5 to the board, clears everything out except for the Thirsty Drifter. Not too shabby.
Oh,
And
Ziliax
unfortunately,
is
you
such
get
a
the-
big draw.
Didn't get the pop guard with it, but that's okay. Pretty quiet turn
there-
for
There's
Dad.
Fizzle, it's quite good. I mean, this might honestly be a Thornveil Tentacle plus. You can crescendo if it hits the wrong target, essentially, but Thornveil Tentacle into potentially the Trog Gem Tosser at some point in
And a
this.
gold tap, gem tosser maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he does go for the Fizzle snapshot.
Okay.
Interesting. Does that get the crescendo copy then?
Oh wow, hits the right target. That's perfect.
Wow, it hit the right target. Good for you. Good for
Although
you.
taking 6 is
Taking 6
So-
hurts. But Wild Knight is never going to hit Dad's face because of all these taunts coming down.
Yes. Zarimi needs one more dragon to be played, so not this turn, but next turn Zarimi will come out. And yeah, I don't really think Wild Nine.
The Ziliax. We have the
It's gonna
the
avoid it.
on the Ziliax. That's pretty scary. To play it
Yeah.
right now.
Is Dad thinking about healing his face right now? Is that why he's hesitating?
Well, whether he needs to
There you
play the Ziliax, I mean, playing the Ziliax would just lead it right into this crescendo.
Oh,
there
that
has
is
to be a
true. No,
reason
no
why the
reason
Fizzle came out.
You're already threatening lethal anyway, so.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think this has to be a little bit of a search for Popgar.
Yeah,
to,
definitely need to
do
search for
like the field.
Popgar. There is no other thing to do, I think. And he's
That's
doing
a
it.
snapshot. But that's also Felstring Harp. I think it has to be. Oh man,
Has to be snap.
I don't even know if you can take snapshot. This is such a tough choice. Like you might just need to take Felstring Harp to negate the crescendo 7 damage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got tentacle snapshot and takes tentacle. Oh, sorry.
Throws away the
Yep.
harp.
Yep.
Or throws away the snapshot. That's not fun.
Very unfortunate, but yeah.
But I mean, the snapshot
Necessary.
wasn't the win condition anyway, so it's like he'll be okay. Now the question is, do you tap here?
Okay. This will allow Wild Nine to clear off the entire board, so that's great.
Completely
I think should
clear?
probably save the 2/2. That's fine, I guess. Whatever.
One dragon will
the
be
Pigeon's
left,
dying no matter what.
right? Oh, never mind. He can clear it off.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything's cleared off. And he does some 8-8 on the board. That's got to be it. He's actually Dad is threatening lethal, or no, Wild 9 is threatening lethal here, which is huge. Which is crazy, but I think we'll be able to clear it up.
Yes.
Only 14.
And so, in this case, has 11 damage to push through.
The Speaker Stomper is really good here, which will block. Oh no! Yeah, I forgot about the Ziliax. I think is that lethal?
So,
No, close.
man, in this case, like the Elementium Geode, depending on what the Elementium Geode finds, that might be lethal on the swing side if Dankus doesn't clear this 8-8.
Oh yeah.
Because this Trog Gem Tosser is going to have so many pings flying around. Okay, going to kill the
True.
yeah,
close.
Elementium Geode. Go on.
8 to. So yeah.
Geode.
Elementium Geode, tap, Baritone Imp is enough to get the Trog Gem Tosser to activate, but we could find something else in the interim too.
Yeah, the annoying part is he has to clear out all these minions.
Well, we'll see about that. If 7 pings go exactly how Wild 9 wants, then it won't matter.
True.
Oh man, yeah, this the Cult Neophyte sticking on because it was next turn, but it's next opponent's turn specifically.
Yes, and the Speaker Stomper, so everything costs way more.
Mm-hmm.
I think everything will be costing 3 more. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, I think this is going to be a trading 8-8 in a second, unless this Trog Gem Tosser hits perfect. I think the Baritone Imp is too much of a risk. Might have to fracking. Very tough. Because yeah, it needs to take 2 damage now, and that's a bit too much.
And it's
Yeah.
not gonna do it. Oh,
Have you considered going so
bad. But yeah, the Zarumi Priest comes through. The removal couldn't keep up, which was sad.
No Popgar.
And no Popgar, yes.
Okay,
That
that
is up
means
2-1.
that Dankist is down to just his warrior, but if that is a Highlander warrior, the Insanity Warlock is very favored, and the Paladin, the hand buff Paladin, is about even into that.
Yes. So we'll be seeing the Insanity Warlock into this warrior.
Reno's in the opening hand, so I think we know what it is.
Reno in the opening hand. Yep, this looks like a very standard Highlander warrior, so we should be seeing a pretty standard game here, is my guess.
Yes, in the standard format Legacy series. However, yes, that totem, the Needle Rock totem, is very good in the early game for the warrior, just to have sort of an uncapped amount of armor gain to set off the insanity.
That is true. It requires it does require a response from the warlocks that is good. Though, when I've played on both sides of this matchup, the warlock can generally generate so much tempo in the early game. Like if it mulligans correctly, then it should be able to handle this. Aftershock in the opening hand is really good for Dankus Dad. That will offset any of the an early Crazed Conductor turn. So he looks to be pretty well set up for the early game at the very least.
Yes, I mean, I was bringing up the Needle Rock totem, sort of the uncapped armor, because I thought that maybe there wasn't going to be an answer from the other side, but wow, 2 answers, both the Thorn Veil and the Miracle Salesman drawn early.
So just gonna get the fatigue clock rolling right away with the Baritone Imp. That is the correct play here when you're facing what you presume to be a Reno warrior.
Okay, well, and the Crazed Conductor coming out, sent away in the mulligan, but very good card for early tempo versus the warrior. Of course, we do see the Aftershocks on the other side, which is probably going to come out right now, honestly.
Interesting, yeah. I guess if you not having the Insanity in the hand is good, though there have been times when I did play the Insanity on 3, just so that I could boost the T clock. So the Aftershocks comes down to just clean everything up. And that first burst of tempo is neutralized pretty well by Dad. So Wild9 is gonna draw a card here.
And that's another pretty fantastic draw, the Sketch Artist, because yes, duplicating the Encroaching Insanities is going to be fairly necessary for actually getting through the armor this game.
Yep. So that's a turn 6 play. He, in the meantime, has to think about how am I going to prevent a Deep Miner Brand from coming down on 6.
Wow.
Oh, he pulls it off with a Dirty Rat. Oh, lucky Dad. That
And
must
that is usually the it's usually the only Sketch Artist in the deck too, so that's
yeah, the only one that they run. And he's not going to let that Sketch Artist live and take out the Rat. He wants the Rat to live, so he just wants to have these 2 minions hit into it. Makes complete sense. Not fun.
yeah.
Not
Okay,
fun.
now-
He's gonna, now Wild9 has to be looking for Fizzle so that he can copy an Insanity. So digging in the deck for that makes complete sense.
Would it surprise you if Furnace Fuel is one of the lowest drawn win rates in the deck? Strange, I know, but you want to destroy that, not draw it, Wild9.
Yeah, I don't have much luck with that. Really annoying to actually discard, like with Trolley Problem. You almost never have that happen. But it is really good card draw regardless. And Trial by Fire does put some pressure on the board. That demands a response, I believe.
And I mean, the response is here. The crescendo into the crazed conductor probably should have been the opposite direction, potentially, just because I guess actually Bladestorm does make this quite awkward for Dankest.
Yeah, having the 2/1 on the board means you can't Bladestorm it very easily. Well,
If
yeah,
he
that is
bumps too.
nope. Because if he hits like the conductor, that brings conductor to 2, so he can't
Yep.
get off to him.
Yep.
Yeah, he can't remove it with Bladestorm. He has to use. Okay, that's interesting.
Rock though. Oh man.
Rock. Does that solve the problem?
I mean, it certainly gets rid of a lot of the damage off the board. It doesn't make it so that Bladestorm is now possible, but it removing a lot of this damage makes it so that
Yeah, only 9
Wild9's
now.
12 health comes in to play a lot more often. Although this Thornveil Tentacle is certainly going to do quite well here. Don't quite know if Trog Gem Tosser is going to be coming out,
I
even though
would
there's
Gem
a lot
Tosser
of
here, even though
juicy.
these guys are low health.
I mean, one
Maybe
ping
I
off the
would.
Trog Gem Tosser is 3 damage, so it's almost like it's a 9 mana Trog Gem
1, 2,
Tosser.
3, 4. He does have 5 damage on the 5 health on the board to clear out. Oh, never mind.
Okay.
So that takes that out. So then, yeah, only has to do 3.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, clears out everything. Okay. Solid pressure. 17 health for the warrior.
That brawl off the
Well,
top. Wow.
And
Nice board, bro.
draws it all away. Like this isn't too bad for Wild9. The minions he put up did their work, they did their damage. So that's actually not too horrible. And he wasn't able like to make any progress. Dad wasn't able to make any progress. He spent the whole turn clearing the board off, so that's actually really good for Wild9.
Yeah, it's unfortunate though that the Wild9 knows this too, because he saw Dankest draw a rush minion. But if Wild9 puts any more pressure onto this board, Dankest is probably likely going to be able to heal for 12, which is
Yes. Luckily, it's not a deck. So
Fizzle.
yes. Once Encroaching Insanity comes in, then Fizzle will get played. But for now, held.
he's just digging for the stuff he needs to win, which is a familiar feeling. I hate having to dig for the things I need to win. I want them to appear in my hand when I want them, and no earlier.
Yes. Summoning your win conditions is maybe what people are used to having
Ooh,
watched
ouch.
the wild match, but
This is going to be a healing for 12, not what
Yikes.
Wild9 wants to have happen. Healing for 12, not too horrible. Like, even from full health, you can often just OTK right from 30. So, like, it's not the end of the game that Dad healed for all of this amount, but
Well,
it definitely makes
it's the end of the
task
game
harder.
that he has 12 attack on board. That part is the end of the game.
Well, see if he's got board clears. He's looking. Only 9 cards left. One of them's got to be like.
He has the fracking. Oh man, I would have loved to have like copied Popgar or copied basically anything, but just goes in now.
That will clear the board off. So at least we have that, and heal up a little bit.
Okay. Wild9 is quickly going to be searching for probably Symphony of Sins to allow him to keep up the pressure, because quickly running out of cards.
Well,
Whereas,
he's probably looking for the snapshot and some. Does he have the other Insanity in the hand?
both Insanities are in deck, I
Yep.
believe.
Oh,
Like, I don't think either's been played.
He needs those, and then like Insanity, like double Insanity into Fizzle Crescendo will probably do about, I don't know, 1, 2, 4, 12 maybe, 16, 18, 19, 20. So around 20 damage. He needs another Gem Tosser as well, pretty much.
Yeah.
So like just the way that chips fell, I don't know if Wild9 will be able to actually get through all of the health. So we'll see.
A Fizzle himself.
Hey. Fizzle is something you normally see in like Odin Warrior, but okay, there's
It is
Approaching
good
Insanity.
if you need, like, if you're playing the mirror and you want to shuffle extra TNTs and stuff.
Okay, let's see if Wild9 has the sense to avoid the Bellowing Flames, but walk into the other brawl, the Badlands Brawler in hand.
Well,
Really is.
even if he hits face and goes deals 11 damage, that's a lot of damage. That's good. That's good stuff.
Yes.
Like Wild9 has to be like just thinking about how much damage can I do. I need to do as much damage as possible.
Okay, and we're seeing the damage come out. Right now, that's 21 damage already through.
21
left.
health for Dad, 22 for Wild9 currently, and he again Wild9 again forces Dad to spend all of his turn clearing the board. Really good.
Oh, if only he could. If he's fast enough APM, he can play the Felstring Harp in between the ticks of the Encroaching Insanity.
There's a plan. I like it.
How much is the Insanity doing? I don't know what the key clock is on right now.
It's 1 and 2 damage to Dankestad, but it is 7 and 8, I believe. To Wild9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Too
7
far.
and 8 will be 15, so he actually could survive one before playing the second one.
You could survive. Come on, think about it.
2 frackings in hand and 2 insanities with the harp.
Okay.
That's a tough choice.
I wonder if we know whether
Tough choice.
Stuff Popgar. I wonder if we know whether he has Symphony of Sins in the deck or whether he's left it by the wayside.
Luckily for Wild9, Dankestad doesn't have any follow-up to heal, so I think this damage is going to stick. Don't play any minions, and then the Motherlode Drake can't come out and heal it up. Of course, he doesn't know what the exit reward was, so he might just play minions anyway. Oh no!
Okay.
Full
No
mana left.
fracking.
I think you should. I don't know if fracking was the right move.
He didn't frack yet.
Yeah, I'm not clear. I mean, so he only has the 7 cards left in deck. So if he plays both frackings, he will fatigue very soon. However, the unfortunate thing about that is that if he doesn't fracking, then he has 2 dead cards in hand and only 2 draws per turn.
I think he needs to frack. I think he does need to frack just to look for the snapshot.
Okay,
You
Popgar,
can
that's
you might be able to skip the second insanity. Popgar's not going. Popgar is helpful
yes,
because
I believe you
sometimes
have
get that
a
8 damage off
crescendo
the
as
sludge.
well. Crescendo in the fizzle, I think, is there.
Tough choice.
Anything to negate the damage.
No Reno so far for Dad. That must be kind of annoying. I think they would love to have a Reno.
Virtuoso
Oh,
gun,
wow.
snake oil gun.
The Virtuoso
Okay.
Gone is a little scary.
Okay, I think probably needs to Encroaching Insanity, then Hero Power, then Trolley Problem, and just kill off this 5/6.
No, he's gonna search for the other
Ooh.
Virtuoso so that he can take less damage on the from the Insanity. I think this makes
Okay.
complete sense. Yep.
Fizzle, okay.
All of this play is good. He
Uh,
has to be wondering whether he's going to be hit by TNTs next turn, so he definitely wants to play the snapshot now. Okay, good. He's oh, there's the TNT right the tower deck. Oh no!
yeah,
Not good.
and got rid of the card in his hand, so he does actually draw a card. It is better than 50-50 to draw a TNT, but if the TNT
It's
misses,
75%
it
chance
might
of drawing
just be
TNT.
lethal. Because that is
6 out of 8 6 out of 8 of these cards are TNTs.
Oh my goodness.
He does
Okay.
not draw the TNT. That is
I
some
think that's
lucky
lethal.
shit.
yeah, because Encroaching Insanity into Popgar, into Crescendo, into Play Both Fell Spells, I believe is lethal.
See if Wild 9 sees it.
22.
11 plus 8 plus 8. Yeah, it's going to be 27 damage total possible, and it has 22
Yeah, so
life
that's
on the other
5.
side. So
And then
Okay.
Insanity, and then
wow.
that was a nail biter. But yeah, he's gonna pull it off.
And can even Trog Gem Tosser, that is more damage.
Yeah,
than
even
what I said.
yeah, doesn't even have to play the crescendo. Good,
So
good,
just
good.
throwing gems at because he can.
And yeah, even though it was a hard fought struggle, the Warlock does manage to beat the Reno Warrior, as statistics do seem to agree with, making Cloud9 even the score up 2-2. So we have a third game. Exciting.
We
A fifth game.
have THL's favorite word in all of Hearthstone is what? Geranium? I don't know if you remember.
Well, I think it's redeemed.
Redeemed.
500 Game 5! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
So Warrior into hand buff Paladin, and I believe that the correct mulligan for hand buff Paladin into Warrior is to look for the charge, and like the outfit tailor and stuff. You can buff those like continuously throughout the game. So hopefully, Wild9 is looking for that stuff. Deep Miner Brand in the hand is really good. So I'm not sure if you will need Brand here. I think that it's really useful though because like you can get the triple Ziliax and that can heal you back up for 18. So that's really helpful against the Paladin, which does like and like all the extra taunts to get through. Now we do know that Wild9 is running Keeper's Strength,
Yep.
which can clear all of that out.
So Wild
So-
9 right now has got Muscleatron, Plushie, Outfitter, and Outfit Tailor looking at, but he hasn't mulliganed
Yeah,
yet.
so that
so
looks pretty good. Looks pretty
It's almost
good,
a
I
keep.
would say.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, the Tiger's plushie probably going to get sent
Don't
away.
need the
Yep.
plushie, yeah.
Yeah, but the other three all synergize pretty well. The Outfit Tailor,
Ooh.
actually going to full pitch,
Full
going to
mull.
look just for that weapon, looks like.
2 Deconstructors,
And
a
we'll find
Terram,
it.
and a Virtue. Ouch.
The weapon
Painter's
is there.
Virtue is what was looking for, and the Deep Miner Brand does get kept on the
Yeah,
opposite side.
holding onto the brand is interesting. I think I agree with that. I think the brand is just such a powerful card that you do keep it, even in this match where you kind of want more proactive, where you might want more board clear. I think that keeping the brand might be still a solid play. Having Garrosh's Gift in the hand means you have an access to turn 6 brawl.
Oh, interesting.
So that's like super important.
Okay, decides to draw last on this drone Deconstructor. Was the rush Deconstructor, so could have hit for one face. But yeah, honestly, this is
Let's swarm you.
just going to lead into probably Painter's Virtue coming out very soon.
Clearing out the Needle Rock
Muscle
totem
Tron.
makes complete sense. I'm gonna point out the Painter's Virtue now, just to get buffs rolling, is my guess. Still have 5 cards.
Could play it a little bit slow, but yeah, just going to go for that. The Muscletron going to come out then on turn 5 and be pretty happy about it.
Yeah, and luckily for Wild 9, Dad isn't running Viper, so there's no way to stop the can buffs. When I've played on ladder, I have seen a lot of Arena Warriors main decking Viper to shut down the Painter's Virtue, which is really annoying because like you often need every single charge of that to deal all the damage you need to win. So lucked out here.
Yes, I mean, we haven't seen every single card in Dankus deck, but as far as we know, no Viper exists. Oh, Amatus in the hand as well. That's going to be extremely huge and hard to remove. So far, the only way we see in Dankus' hand to remove that is the Brawl off of Garrosh's Gift.
And we also have Sanitize. He needs to forge it first, but if he can keep his armor up, then that can remove a few things. But
unfortunately, Amatus.
Oh, that is true.
Damage from
block
that.
it. Yep, I'll just block it. Ouch.
I didn't know that. So now that I know.
Yep. That being said, does have to wait until turn 7 to play that. In the meantime, going to of course buff things up a little bit more. Probably even forge this Muscletron.
Absolutely. I think that you definitely want to force Muscletron every time when you're playing against Arena Warrior.
Ooh, interesting. Going to maybe rush the Muscletron instead.
No
Yeah, that
forging.
is a lot of tempo.
Okay. To get your rush minion up, and it's a big beefy 8-10. An 8-8 now.
Yep. Now Dankus has to go digging a little bit. Finds the taunt. That's fairly perfect.
And that's not good. He's gonna use up the Garrosh's Gift execute on the bot, which is a little scary. I think he needed to save that for scarier time.
Okay.
But
well, attacking with Painter's Virtue would, of course, remove the ability to charge with the South Sea deckhand, but yeah, I mean, we'll find another weapon by the time we actually need it. This Toy Captain Tarim is going to absolutely put the pain on Dankestad with no clear way to get past it for quite a bit.
No, yeah, I don't see any way to clear that out right now.
I guess
he might like.
I think Wild 9. Yeah, Wild 9. Oh, this is interesting. I thought Wild 9 was going to wait.
Yeah, you can swing first and then play your weapon, or you can charge first and then swing, and then buff everything else.
I mean, this is quite good. You're still charging for an extra 6 damage with the Outfit Tailor on the 2/3. And then, yeah, your Righteous Protector probably doesn't get cleared. Probably going to get buffed to a 7/11 from this Toy Captain Tarim.
Yeah, just putting on as much pressure as possible. I actually did not see this line of play, but it looks good.
Yes. This is definitely the most damage early while keeping the tempo high, and still not able to find it.
I think that Wild 9 just wins here, right? Like 24, with lots more to come. Is my guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless there is a literal execute main deck and you find it off of Slam, that is it.
He's at 20. Yeah, I see 21 damage on the board. Plenty more left. So yeah, the taunt does.
Okay, well, hypothetically, this would have been enough. However, we do know that it's 21 damage even through the taunt. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, just gonna send it off face. 4 damage off lethal and no recourse from Dankus as far as I can see. Unless there is a brawl. It's not a brawl, that's a Reno. Too late.
Too late, no Reno. Now he wishes that he would have saved the shield, the Garrosh's Gift, and
he could brand right here, right now, couldn't he?
He could brand here. It is true. That is a valid. That is a play that is currently available.
Let's see if he does. Let's see if he picks brand here.
Ignis won't save him. Doesn't have a forge, and if he forges the Sanitize, he can't play any weapons, so he gives up. And a
Yeah.
win for Wild9, narrow win for Wild9 there. Had Dankus not been too premature with the Garrosh's gift, we might be seeing a different game here. But yep, win
Yeah.
for Wild9.
On that last turn, his one out was slam into draw Badlands Brawler. Did not find it. That is the game
Oh,
and
yeah.
the series for Wild9. And hopefully we'll be seeing him on his stream in a second.
Oh yeah.
Dankus Dad's got a stream going on?
No. Wild9 on his Salty Saturday stream.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, slipped my small brain here. One sec. So I'm asking Wild9 if he wants to join his own show. Let's see here. He said no. He declined. Weird.
Oh well.
All right.
Oh, busy. That's okay.
little weird adding himself to his own show.
What? Oh, he's joining. Okay, I thought you were.
Oh, you're teasing us.
Hey, Wild9. Welcome to
Hello.
Salty Saturday. I'm sure this is kind of odd being on the opposite end of this, but
Yeah.
welcome
no,
to your show.
Sure. How's it going?
Good.
Good.
Really good for you tonight.
We just saw someone in Wild9 win a game. I don't know who that could be, but yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty lucky there in game 4 for sure. So,
Well, it seems like you brought the good prep though. Seeing the Insanity Warlock and the hand buff Paladin, was that sort of what you expected to see from Dankus Dad?
yeah, I mean, I think like I was pretty sure it was gonna be Highlander Shaman just because of the class brings overall. So hand buff just made more sense into that lineup for the most part. I had more thoughts about, I guess, the priest matchup in particular, but the priest got away right away, so it didn't really matter. But it was mostly like what I was expecting for the most part. Yeah, even like classes. I mean, Dankus just rolled over. I'm pretty sure. So, but I didn't necessarily think that he wouldn't bring Warlock. I kind of thought that he would bring Warlock, but that didn't happen. But it was.
Okay, and yeah, we saw blowouts both ways at the beginning. With the, wasn't exactly Reno Shaman. It was more just Dr. Holiday Shaman, and then versus your Get Dirty Ratted DH.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was unfortunate. I guess my hand wasn't very good. I guess. I mean, I had weapon in hand, so that was good. But it was just a bit clunky in a way. But once he dirty ratted the Titan, it kind of changed everything, obviously. And I mean that's dirty rat when you're playing it essentially on curve. You're playing it with 4 mana, like without much like removal behind it, right? So
Yep.
it's just
Playing
a risky
Dirty Round
take.
2 is usually a bad move, but so I think into Demon Hunter, like into a Naga Demon Hunter, I think. Sorry.
The Warlock matchup. Like I thought that it pulling the 3-drop was like pretty meaningful in that matchup, relatively
Yeah.
speaking.
Yeah.
You know, it wins you some, it loses you some, I guess.
I was just saying.
Go
Go on.
ahead. Go. No, please.
I was just saying that playing Dirty Rat against a Demon Hunter is usually pretty risk-free because, like, especially in Naga Demon Hunter, there's a bunch of small Nagas to pull. So, and like, if you can get the Sharpshooter really good, just unlucky with the Argus. So it made a certain amount of sense too to play it on 2 like that.
I mean, if it were a sharpshooter though, I guess I had a Naga, but you're right, I can't like pop off, right? But like it depends on my hand, right? Like I do agree overall though, like the number of minions in the deck that are totally fine to pull are very, very, very high. Obviously, it is not a misplay in any way, shape, or form, right? It's just the nature of Hearthstone. Like whenever you play Dirty Rat, you're rolling some dice. Even if your 70% odds are, having those work on your favor, every now and then that means 3 out of 10 it's gonna roll bad for you, right? So
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I was bringing up sort of the high variance first games to then lead into talking about that Insanity Warlock versus Highlander Warrior game, which I think was very well played by you to sort of play around the anticipated threats, the anticipated healing, the anticipated plays of Dankest, which ended up making it very close win.
Yeah, Stankus did play really well in that matchup. Um, so pulling the win out was tough. I wasn't sure if it would be possible, but and then you lucked out by not drawing the TNT. So that was really cool.
Yeah, I do think that overall that matchup, it just felt a little razor thin because I did feel like in the early game I couldn't get the pressure that I wanted. Like
Yes.
I was honestly worried that he had kept. I don't know if he would keep in this matchup. I'm not sure, but like I was worried that he had kept Brand in hand. So I was kind of expecting Brand to come down on 6
Right.
and then thinking that the game would be over. But thankfully, his draw wasn't as blowouty as I thought it was going to be. I just felt in the first 5 turns or so, like I'm not really getting the kind of pressure that I would like to get at this point in the game. This means that, basically it did tell me that Fizzle was probably necessary to get to the end of this game. Um, and then when he top decked TNT, I basically thought it was over, right? But I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
obviously
I
I
would
still have
think
a
it was
chance.
over too.
I'm pretty sure it was 1 in 4 essentially, right? And so
It was a
uh
75% chance. You had 8 once you shuffled the TNTs, you had 8 cards left and 6 were TNTs. So you had a 75% chance of drawing a TNT.
exactly, yeah.
Uh,
So like, and even then, technically, I my hand was full, so it was 9. So I was like, okay, like if I draw 1, will I draw 3 though, or 4? And then what does it blow up, right? So like, there were still outs. Like I knew like it wasn't literally
Yeah.
1 in 4 to win. Obviously, I'm sorry, it is 1 in 4 to win, but if I lose the 1 in 4, I still have outs. So I actually felt kind of okay, but overall, it just felt bad the way the game was going. Like the
Yeah,
very
yeah, I
turn that
agree. I would have felt like
any
really hopeless
pressure.
in your position for sure, seeing
Yeah,
TNTs. And
like
also
the
after seeing the Dirty Rat pull the sketch artist, that did not feel good.
no, definitely not. And then I think like the turn where he played Brand, like the turn that I had before that, it was so awkward because the fracking, like okay, I think if I play this deck a lot more, basically if I'm a top 200 player, I'm pretty sure I know how to navigate this, but I have no idea, right? So I'm just like, okay, I know I need immune in order to complete this. I think I have immune in the fizzle, but I was like fairly certain I had immune in the fizzle. But then I was worried about burning like basically the win conditions. So like, what if I draw? I mean, I shouldn't because there's 2 snake wolves at the bottom. But what if I draw, right? Like, Popgar, Fizzle, and like Void or something like that. Like it just
Yeah.
felt really awkward. And so I was like debating between like, should I just be tapping here and not just drawing out my whole deck? And so like it was kind of a late like I mean the rope was burning, so like it was kind of like okay, I'm pretty sure this is the line that gets me there, but it was just very very close. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
100% sure if that was going to work out. And then of course after all of that, like you know TNT comes out right after Brand, so it was very much like oh that might have just been for nothing, and we I thought we would probably lose here, but
Oh
we pulled
yeah.
it out.
Yeah, you did. Good stuff. Good stuff.
yes, a very well played set from both sides. Is there anyone you want to shout out from your team, or anyone who sort of helped you get to this place?
Yeah, I mean, definitely shout out to actually both of our teams essentially, or like all the teams I play with, including like the Defiance Hero team. Like, I feel like in general, like the information that people share, like comments on not only deck brings and just talking things out with my teammates about what to bring in Legacy and things like that, but even like specific card choices, I would say, and like specific deck like building kinds of things. Like, I do think that that's helped a lot. I haven't like compared to previous seasons in THL, I don't feel like I've had as much time to play as I normally would like to. But like I do feel like being engaged with my teammates overall, like in both, I mean, Legacy Hero and Pro, like all of these teammates like have been very helpful, just keeping me kind of like aware of what the meta is going, like helping me also to like do some research and look around and things like that. Like that kind of support has been very, very helpful. So I feel like I can play the games reasonably well. I mean, I wish it was. I feel like I probably could be more smooth. Like there's just moments where I feel like, I feel like I should be tempoing harder. Or I'm probably making some misplays here, but overall, at least in terms of prep and like the deck list, I do feel like they made sense. and that's very helpful, especially when you don't necessarily feel like you can just outplay your opponents. You know what I mean? So it's been very helpful for all of them. So shout out to them for just like keeping me in the game, so to speak.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah. Good stuff.
All right. Well, thanks again, Wild9, for joining your show, and you can enjoy the rest of
Thanks
your
for
night.
taking over, Foxy. Of course, allowing
You
me to
got it.
play and take a week off.
I'll try and do my best to keep up. So, but yeah, thanks, man. Enjoy your evening.
Yeah. Good night. Thanks, guys.
Take care. All right. Well, that
All right,
wraps
that's
up
it.
our Salty Saturday, but we do have something going on Sunday. I'm just going to make a quick broadcast. We're going to have a little bit of an OG type THL matchup here. So we got the first match at 8 o'clock Eastern is going to be, why am I looking at Friday Night Fights? That's bad. Okay, so we're going to have 8 p.m. Eastern Pro Series. We're going to have Ron Mexico go up against Itachi, which hasn't been on stream in ages. So I thought I'd ask those two individuals to jump on and show us what they got. I don't know. This is a pretty close matchup. I haven't looked at the season just yet, but I can find out in a half second. And maybe not because the website's being slow. There we go. Okay, so Brushy Tuna is down 6 points right now to F2L. So it's 10 to 4 for F2L. So with 2 games left, then we have a couple more OGs to the THL, which at 9 p.m. Eastern is a Hero Series match with THL Lemur going out against Risen. So those guys have had many battles over the years. So that's going to be pretty exciting for Hustle and Jolt C to navigate as they go through. But tonight, I know it was pretty fun getting a wild game in there. I want to thank Geranium Battle for helping me broadcast that one. That one was tough to figure out who was doing what where, but we got there.
Yes, honestly, more Tom got there, and I got to watch and maybe hopefully make one person laugh.
That's right. Yep. And then I want to thank Skylight and Geranium also for casting this great legacy match that just made Wild9 win his own show back. I guess that's where it comes down to, isn't it? So.
Yes, I would like to quickly mention that there's the Sunday Showdown going on. Another thing that recently happened we might be excited about is the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Got got reopened for nominations. So if you know someone who has been in the scene for a long time and is a great player or a great captain or someone who's great on content, well then, sorry, I had something in my throat. But yeah, if you know someone like that, send in a nominations that that they could be considered, because certainly there are a lot of people who could get recognized.
Yeah. So we'll be at our best dressed, obviously with some bow ties, doing the announcements. Probably when we do the awards, I would think, or should be shortly before or shortly after. But anyway, also a quick heads up to our viewers: we do have a mini set that's going to come out next week. So
yes,
that is also going to create a little bit of a extended 2-week thing. So comms are still needing to be done by next Wednesday or Thursday, one of the two. I can't remember. Just check the rules anyway. But your matches will be played the following week. So yeah, I think that's all I have. Any words from you, Skylake, before we go? Okay. All right. Well, thank you both for joining me on Salty Saturday and getting Wild9 his show back. Thanks everybody for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Hosting.
You got it.
Bye.
Take care.